All right, thanks, guys. Denver takes on Cleveland. That's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Cleveland. The Nuggets opened up the betting as the 5-point favorites on the road in this matchup here. They're -5 at the moment. Totals at 222.5. Currently 65% are leaning toward the Nuggets, 60% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Cavaliers are plus $1.75 for some money line cash. Now, on the Denver side of things, their defense is giving up just 105 points per contest. They're also 6-1 straight up in their last 7. Meanwhile, on the other side, Cleveland's just 1-3 ATS on their home court. They're also 3-1 to the over on their home court as well. So with all that said and done, give me the Denver Nuggets -5 and the over 222.5 in this one. Next game, Clippers Sixers, 7 o'clock Philadelphia. The Sixers are -5, totals 229.5. 63% are leaning toward Philadelphia, 66% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Clippers are plus 185 to win this one outright. Now, the Sixers are 4-0 straight up at home, 5-0 ATS in their last 5 versus the Clippers. This Philadelphia defense is also giving up just 104 points per contest on their home court. Meanwhile, on the Los Angeles side of things, they're just 1-2 ATS on the road so far this year. They're also giving up 119 points per contest when traveling. Meanwhile, on the other side, Philadelphia is 5-3 to the over so far for the year. So with all that said and done, give me Philadelphia -5 and the over 229.5 in this one. And before we proceed, I just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. I got some lines and personal leans out for Thursday's NBA action. But before we get into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well. So once again, please feel free to just hit that pause button right now and open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a few seconds. The link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching this program right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. And with all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop right back into some more lines of personal leans for Thursday's NBA action. All starts on this program are Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got OKC at the Hornets. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off in Charlotte. The Hornets are -1.5, totals 226. 53% are leaning OKC, 67% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, looks like OKC's catching a little bit of plus money here on the money line. But just keep in mind that OKC is 2-4 ATS overall for the season. 0-5 straight up in their last 5 on the road dating back to last season. Meanwhile, on the Charlotte side of things, they're scoring a rotund 124 points per game at their home court. Charlotte's also 7-2 ATS in their last 9 ball games. 3-0 to the over on their home court is this Charlotte team. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the hook, slide it down, and take Charlotte -1, getting the job done at home, and the over 226 in this one. Next game, Kings Hawks, 7:30 tip-off in Atlanta. The Kings are -2 on the road, totals 230. 64% are shaded toward Sacramento, 52% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, Atlanta is plus $1.15 for some money line cash. Now, Sacramento's 6-2 ATS overall, 3-2 ATS away from home. This Sacramento offense is averaging 120 points of scoring per game on the road. Now, on the Atlanta side of things, a little bit different story. They're 0-3 straight up in their last 3, 0-3 against the spread in their last 3 as well. This Atlanta team has also failed to cover in 7 out of their last 10 on their home court. Meanwhile, on the Sacramento side of things, they're 4-1 to the over in their games when traveling. So with all that said and done, give me Sacramento -2 and the over 230 in this one. Next game, that is going to be the Bucks taking on the Celtics. 8 o'clock tip-off in Boston. The Celtics are -3, totals 215. 51% are leaning toward Boston, 57% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Milwaukee Bucks are plus 135 for some moneyline cash. Now, Boston's 5-2 straight up for the season, 5-0 in their last 5 at home versus Milwaukee. Meanwhile, this Boston defense is giving up a stingy 95 points per contest at home. Very good defensively at the Garden. Now, on the other side, Milwaukee just 2-8 ATS in their last 10 meetings with Boston. And on the Boston side of things, 5-2 to the under in their last 7 ball games. So with all that said and done, I got to lean toward the home favorite in this one. Very chalky play, but give me the Boston Celtics -3 and the under 215 in this one. All right, next and final game for the show, it is going to be Pelicans at the Trailblazers. That's going to be a 10:30 tip-off in Portland. The Blazers are -3.5, totals 224 and a hook. 61% is shaded toward Portland. I don't know where the money's leaning when it comes to the total, but at the moment, the Pelicans are plus $1.40 to win this one outright for some money line cash. Now, Portland, 5-2 ATS in their last 7. They're scoring 124 points per contest at home. They're also 12-4 straight up in their last 16 at home versus New Orleans. And in addition to all that, Portland's gone 5-2 to the over so far for the season, 3-0 to the over in their games at home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the Portland Trailblazers, -3 and the over, 224.5 in this one. All right, just a couple quick hockey matchups here. We have a ton of hockey tonight, so I just want to cover a few games on this NBA video. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Going in the completely opposite direction on my screen. Here we go. Let's start with a couple of those 7:30 games. All right, we have Buffalo at Ottawa. Now, I've had a lot of attention on Ottawa this season. I've been taking them as the underdog in several games on my Patreon page. But let's just go ahead and take a look at this game real quick, break it down. Buffalo's at Ottawa. That's a 7:30 puck drop in Ottawa. The Sabres are -130, total 6. 63% leaning towards Ottawa to get it done at home, catching the plus money, and 80% shaded toward the under. Now, Ottawa is $1.10 for some money line cash, and at the moment, Buffalo is plus 230 to get the job done on the puck line. That's laying the goal and a half on the road. Pretty good equity there. Not so sure it's a great proposition. Let's go ahead and dive into some numbers. And when it comes to the numbers, I'll tell you what, Ottawa's just 1-4 straight up in their last 5, 2-5 straight up in their last 7 versus Buffalo. The Senators are also 0-5 on the puck line in their last 5 at home, taking on the Sabres. Meanwhile, speaking of the Sabres, 4-1 straight up in their last 5 in Ottawa, and they're also 8-2-1 to the over so far for the season. So with all that said and done, I normally like to lean toward Ottawa catching the plus money, especially at home, but not in this spot here. Give me Buffalo -130 and the over. 6 goals in this one. Now, this is a huge game of interest here, this next one. We're talking about Nashville at Tampa Bay. That's going to be a 7:30 puck drop in the Emily Center. The Tampa Bay Lightning are the $1.25 favorites on the money line, total 6. 64% are leaning Tampa Bay, 81% shaded toward the under. Now, right now, Nashville, as good as they've been, they're catching $1.05 on the money line. And at the moment, Tampa Bay is plus 215 to win by a goal and a half. So with all that said and done, with all that in mind, Tampa Bay looks like they're the clear-cut favorite to get the job done in this one. But just keep in mind, they're 2-4 straight up in their last 6 at home, taking on Nashville. They're also 2-7 straight up in their last 9 versus Nashville at either location. Now, this Nashville offense, they're averaging nearly 4 goals per game on the road. They're actually averaging 3.8 goals per contest when traveling. They're also just giving up 2.2 goals a game on the road as well. And Nashville is a perfect 5-0 straight up in their games away from home this year. Now, Tampa's 4-2 to the under in their games at home. So with all that said and done, I really want to lean toward the Nashville Predators plus $1.05, getting the job done on the road, and the under 6 goals in this one. All right, that's just a quick preview of some hockey. We are going to do another hockey upload, ton of games tonight, so go ahead and check that out on BrockPageProductions.com. And with all that said and done, I know that I say that a lot. I got to stop saying that with my piece of paper in the way. Yeah, let's just cut the video off now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed all this great free information. And please don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage.